Good morning, LinkedIn fam. How you doing, guys? It's Jared with Profiles That Pop. I was to be honest, I was playing around with a new logo, a new background display like you're seeing right there to the side of me. And I posted it from my company page and all of a sudden started getting some traction. So I guess day 8 was decided for me. I'm going to jump away from this graphic for a second, but I want to show you the other one that I had. Give me a second here. This is the traditional one that I have, and I'm curious which you guys like to see as the beginning of one of these 12 days of giving. But this is the topic right here. So I'm going to stick on this one right here so that we can kind of focus in on it. But let me know in the comments if you want to go back to the other one. If it gave you some good food for thought, if it drew in your attention, made you think, because what made sense to me was it's Sunday and it's a great time to reflect. And it also occurred to me why this was getting traction from sharing that other picture. With COVID, you're lucky to have a job, right? Why on earth would you want to quit your job? Well, obviously that's a great question, and I would not suggest anybody quit their job unless you got something lined up, okay? And what I'm all about, Profiles That Pop, is LinkedIn and resumes and coaching in that order. I guess the coaching is me doing things like this though as well, so you could count that as well. I want to see who's out there. Say hello, add a comment, tell me who you are, say hello, and we'll see your name and your picture, which by the way are two huge keys on LinkedIn. Don't take those for granted. And also tell me what brought you here today. Tell me where you saw me. Tell me why you joined, and tell me what's going on. Tell me what you want to know about. Should I quit my job? Am I crazy? Am I smart? And what's the calculated plan? Let's get into that topic today, guys. I don't want to make this a really long one. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer when you see a LinkedIn Live, do you prefer seeing somebody having a conversation back and forth? Do you prefer not such a busy background? Do you prefer seeing somebody? Or not such a busy background. I thought I was just showing you this. I wasn't. So let me jump in and do that a little bit bigger. Do you prefer a busy background zoomed in on a face, or do you prefer, I got to point this way. Do you prefer that the focus is more on this sort of thing, literally, like all the way, or I guess not at all? I don't like putting the focus on me. I really don't. I would much rather have it be on the topic at hand. So I'll tell you what, let me know in the comments. Hi, Niraj. I think I may have seen you before. I'm not sure, but hi, 3. Does that mean your third time here? I bet it does. Hello, everyone. Syed, how are you? So tell me, I forget where I was, but I just noticed a couple people joined, and they left comments. Please leave me a comment, but you know what? Again, I threw this in as a trailing ticker thing here in the bottom to see all these comments, whether you're doing it now or you're doing it later. The tips down below, the 3 steps are scrolling at the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna walk you through it right now too. So I'm gonna zoom in all the way. I'm going to stop sharing briefly, and I'm going to share my screen a different way. I gotta find the right window. All right. So now we are on, I can get to the right screen here. We're on LinkedIn. What I'm suggesting that you can do, and this is how you can get to anybody's live, like looks right here, like this was a live. If I'm not mistaken, no, it's just a regular video. Notice it doesn't say live up here on the right, but what you do is you go to somebody's profile. So in my case, I can click on the picture, click on the name, various ways of getting to somebody's profile. I don't need to explain that. But you get to the profile, you scroll down a little. Now you wouldn't see this if you're going to somebody else's profile, but you scroll down and you go to see all activity. Click on that. And again, I do suggest it looks just like this because you want to do this from the browser. Then you will get to, if this isn't the current one that's active and you see it right there in all activity, you need to go over here and click on posts. But go to the posts, click on a like. By the way, guys, if you like this, if this is some good information that you're liking, I would appreciate the comment. And isn't that funny? Look at that. It's so new. I'm going to try refreshing the screen, but we're on day 8 and it's not showing up. Very interesting. Let's see if a refresh did it. There it is. So 25 of you out there, I love it. Thank you. Hello, say hello. Leave a comment down below. But here's the trick. Once you get to this point, right, you went to their profile, you went to their activity, then you clicked on posts like we just did. You scroll down here to right next to the number of likes they have so far, click on comments. And what will happen is, well, there you go. Takes a second, but the first 2 comments will show up if you've got comments. And I presume at this point, by the time you're doing this, you will have some comments. Then you click on most recent is the trick. Now, look at that. 6 seconds ago was the most recent comment. Then click on load more at the bottom of the grid as long as you can, okay? Then you know that you are, as of the last time you did the refresh, you are seeing all the comments. So I'm going to quickly go in here. Hello, Deshepo. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Let me know if I did. I apologize if I didn't. Hey, Matt, how are you? How you doing? Just popping in to say hello. I appreciate that. Virtual backgrounds are not very cool. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to make it out. Well, that's why I'm kind of zoomed in. And actually, that reminds me, I got some other people saying to me that, you know, it's better if I zoomed in, and I completely agree with that. I'm gonna do that. So this might be a little bit too. Hey, Elshad, you're absolutely welcome. Great to see you again. Great to be zoomed in. I think, you know, I can get rid of the clutter on the right and the left is okay. I can't really change that. I don't know why, but I don't get a zoom bar down here. But anyway, shout out to my friend Jeff Young. The guy is a guru. He has a group. He has a newsletter. You need to check him out. And yeah, so thanks, Jeff. I know I'm not quite into that point yet, but I know a lot of people do like having the conversations with one or more people. And I just haven't gotten there yet. Background is a bit messy, but it's when it's small. Yeah. And I don't plan on it being big. Thank you. I appreciate that feedback. And that's a couple times now I've heard that. So, you know, we'll try it out. But hello, Ohene, if I'm saying your name correctly, I hope I did. And Vamad, hello, nice to see you. So you see how I've just been able to go in here. And by the way, please do give me a like if this is of value to you. But this is what things are looking like to you guys real time in the background. I have zoomed in, so it should be a little bit bigger. I'm going to try to zoom in even more, and that should be reflected. You know what I may need to do is I may just need to stop sharing. I'm going to try that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to honor the feedback. I am going to turn off this background. Boom, there we are. Hopefully you can see me now, all the wonders of long hair and gray hair in one. But let me know if that looks better and it's something more that you would like. And there was one other thing. I'm going to try to fix this live if I can. Apologize for me jumping around, but I want to try to, I don't dare want to stop my camera. Here we go. I found the setting. I'm going to try to fix this. Bear with me. Hopefully that just, look at that. I think it zoomed in a little bit better. So to the people who are saying my background was a bit busy, great. Thank you for the feedback. Talk about applying the feedback as soon as you can. But again, I don't like it to be all about me. So I am going to share my screen again. I'm going to find that busy graphic. Now, tell me, is that graphic too busy? If I zoom in on that graphic and a little less on me over here, that's what I'd rather do. I'd rather talk about some of these decisions that are here, this graphic, get into the discussion. And the other graphic I think might be a little bit better. But anyway, good morning. Oh my gosh, we have a ton of comments out here. Again, Matt, thank you very much. The virtual backgrounds are not very good. I agree. You know, they're kind of blurry and fuzzy, but I was trying to bury all the stuff that was back there. But you know what? I got it darker, so that'll work. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback, Matt. Good to see you. Hello, a LinkedIn user. Now that's interesting. I've noticed this has been a glitch lately. You get people that, you know, if they're third degree or more, and I've even seen it happening with a first degree, LinkedIn Live glitches and it won't show you. So we would have to jump over to look at most recent comments, and I am going to refresh my shares, take a look at that off to the side here. But just so you know, here's the screen that I am going to. I am going to share again, let you guys see the screen that I'm on. You don't need to see all the other stuff. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. See, by me having zoomed in, then doing the share, I'm learning all the time, guys. But now you can see things a little bit better, and I'm going to refresh. I am on my posts, which you can see up here in the link. And what I'm going to do is I should have more. I've got 15 likes and 18 comments doing my trick. You click on most relevant, then you click on most recent. And thank you. Instant feedback. I love it. It's great that I'm doing lives. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jeff. I'm taking steps. Okay. I'm getting out there. And as you may recall from my profile pop-ups that I did largely last year, I prefer to put the focus and the camera and the limelight on you, whoever I'm talking to or about. So I appreciate that, Jeff. I really do. Hello, Lamadani. I appreciate you joining in. Etudiante, is that Italian? Looks like it is. You like the graphic. Great. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to mix it up. I think a graphic really does pull people in. Hello, Prashant. Hello, everyone from Morocco. Look at that. Nice to see you. And that's a tough name. Abdelatif. I hope I did that right. Good morning from Kentucky. Look at that. We got people all around the world. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you there, Rick Melton. I think I've seen you before. Yeah. Now, thank you for getting me back on topic. I'm just going to go through the comments here. From Singapore. Hello, Jenny. Nice to see you. I just want to say hello to people. Yeah, you sometimes think about quitting. And you know what? I get it. You guys may be in a job right now. It's obviously one of the big things. You got to be careful when what you're saying and what you're doing on social media if you are thinking about quitting your job. But you know what? We all have those thoughts. I mean, a little interesting stat, right? I want to jump into that. And I tell you what, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I want to come back to the graphic and get into these tips. Well, let's go into the decision tree one here, this graphic, and hopefully that you guys can see that all okay. And I want to make it all about, not me, sorry, about the graphic. So I can zoom in, so hopefully you guys can see this. And I don't know if I zoom in a little more, if it just got bigger or not. Did it just get bigger? I think it did. Cool. Yeah, it did. Awesome. Hello. Thank you again. I'm going to be taking a look here. Like here, I've got a comment that just came in. Hello from Jordan. Mohammed, thank you. Nice to see you. A lot of you guys are joining in, but you like the graphic. Thanks, Rick. I'm going to jump back to that and just to show you guys what's going on with that. But I wanted to jump into this. Should you quit your day job? Well, I'm going to give you a couple pointers and thoughts that I have, and I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments. Okay. You got to be careful and you've got to be calculated if you're thinking about quitting your job. And I would never suggest someone just outright quit. Now, you got a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that you'll see all the flashy, positive stories, right? Of people on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook. Don't forget, what you tend to see is people celebrating their successes. Excuse me. They're not telling you how hard it is, whether they quit their day job and they became an entrepreneur full-time, like I did my best to do in 2018. It's tough, and I'm back to a full-time job, guys, to be very, very open, honest with you guys and frank with you guys. So should you quit your job and move to another one? Should you completely change up and not be doing a day job for somebody else, doing entrepreneurship? These are questions that are great for a Sunday, which is why I ultimately decided to do this day 8 with this topic. You've got to really reflect, okay? And I'd love to know, so that you're not putting yourself out there too much, what comments, what questions, what comments come to mind, what thoughts come to mind on a perfect day like today, a Sunday. It's a day to reflect. When you start thinking about, should I quit my job? Why? Because there was a Gallup study, and I believe, I don't know, it's been out there for a while, and I don't know that they've updated it, but it basically said 2/3 of people are unhappy in what they do. Okay. And basically they are open to new opportunities. Hashtag O&O. Got to make a plug for that. So it's real. Thank you, Abdelatif. I hope I say your name correctly. That's great. Looking for volunteer opportunities, and that's wonderful, right? You could do volunteer stuff on the side. So if 2/3 of people, over 67%, I forget the stats, but I think it was like 70%-ish, if they are unhappy at what they do, and basically they are passive candidates, they're working, but they're open and looking for a job, what's the approach? What should they do? And, my quick answer to you guys is work on attracting a job, work on the networking, right? Be active on social media, but not blatant, like give me a job, I need a job, help me get a job. Be more subtle. And always, 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 number one thing I will tell you about anything related to getting a job or getting a new client, if you're a business, add value. It is by far the number one thing. Don't you think? Don't you agree? So, I'm leaning towards keeping this short and sweet. I don't want to sit here and go on for an hour like I did yesterday. Yesterday was more about personal development, a lot of ideas and things that I've seen about organizing your time. Again, a little bit of reflection stuff, right? How do you stay on track? How do you improve? How do you do better, become better to get more, whether that's a new job or whether it's just getting better at your current job or getting better in your family life? These are big questions. Okay. And so that's why I'm tackling them on this weekend. So give me some comments here, guys. Give me some feedback, but I'm leaning towards ending this thing real fast. I don't want to sit here and take up your time. And if I don't have the comments in here, I'm not going to keep on going. I'd rather that people jump in, see what they're interested in for a few minutes, and then jump back out. And just to walk through this graphic, should you quit your job? This first question that I found here in this example graphic that I got, by the way, it was on Canva. Canva is awesome. So canva.com, it's incredible for graphics, for LinkedIn banners, for your posts like I'm doing right here, guys. So this is literally verbatim a question that it had on there. And to me, that strikes of somebody who's just graduated, right? When they're struggling, do I take a job with this company who's offering a lot of money, or maybe with this other company that's not going to offer as much in terms of the typical money stuff, but it's a better opportunity, right? You see better growth. The manager, you met with the manager and man, you really hit it off and you really like that guy. Oh, but the other one pays a lot. And the guy, he was okay. He's kind of a jerk, really, if I think about it. He's kind of abrupt with me, really short with me in the interview. I'm really surprised I got called back. I'm surprised I got the offer. I really am. Okay, that's a warning sign, guys. If you are getting that kind of feedback already from the interview, it's a two-way street, right? Go with your gut to a large degree. An interview is a fit for both you and the company. They obviously saw something in you. You obviously were interested in them as a company in that job. The interview is a chance for you to see if it's a match. So is it going to make you a better person? Back to the question at hand. Are you going to grow, right? Then yes, this answer here that you see in the top right, yes, maybe it's meant to, and maybe in this case, should I quit my job? No, maybe you should stay. But if you're looking to change jobs, maybe you should take that one that will make you a better person. But should I quit my job? Is it making me a better person? No. Like, in other words, if you're miserable at that job, yikes. I love how this little decision tree here is going. Do you think you can change things the way they are? Can you do better? Can you talk to your boss? Can you say, I kind of feel like things aren't working out. Is there something I could do better? And if you've had that kind of conversation, move on to the next, right? But ultimately, be adding value on social media. I'm going to leave it at that with this graphic. I'm going to stop sharing that one. And I'm going to check the comments here. Yeah, Rick, you nailed it. Being unhappy at work will affect your health. I've been there. Seriously, I have had this to this day. It still impacts me. I had what I will call a toxic boss, was checking me left and right. Short story. I literally walked into my 90-day review. I'd been working there for 90 days. And I walked into the review and this person said to me, "So what do you do?" And I laughed and I thought, oh, that was a good icebreaker. That's a great one. And then my face kind of stopped and I realized she was serious. She had no idea the work I'd been doing for the last 90 days. Okay. Suffice to say, she got fired a little bit after that. But I didn't wait. I quit. I didn't wait around. That was all I needed to see. I had been working my butt off. I was trying to fit in. I was trying to learn. I was trying to help out. 90 days, 3 months. And that's the first thing she asks me. And she was serious. Nah, that's bad for your health. I wasn't going to sit around for that because there was no changing something like that. And sure enough, it was right. She got fired. So yeah, and be cautious. Hey, Rick, that's a great advice here. I'm going to share that right now. And people, again, you can see this in the comments later. But be cautious if you're over 50. Yeah, if you're even over 40. I mean, if you're getting a little bit older in age, there's ageism. It's true. It's out there. It can be a tough market. But you know what? You got a lot of experience. Don't let that myth hold you back, that bias hold you back. You've got to do what's right for you, ultimately. Okay? So that's why you can be proactive. You can start looking for another job before you just outright quit. That is obviously the huge takeaway here. And you got a comment here from Daniel. That's a bit odd. Why would she not know what you do? Yeah. She was so checked out. She was just into, checking up on people, but more, it was more like a leading question. She knew what I did, and it was her way of saying, so what have you done? Like, in other words, I don't think you're doing a whole lot. I don't think you're doing anything of value. Tell me. In other words, she was trying, I think, to get out of me, what are the biggest things you've done? But I mean, literally, that's how she phrased it. That's how it came across. So what have you done the last 90 days? She didn't say, I mean, the big things. I mean, what have been your good accomplishments with a big smile on her face? No, she was like mean looking and just, wow, just amazing. Okay. It rattled me. And I had already been rattled for days and weeks before that point. But when that happened, I don't know what made it worse. So yeah, it was very odd. Trust me, Daniel, it was very odd. And again, your happiness, you're getting a paycheck. A third of your life, if not more, is in a job. You need to be happy. You need to consider that, but don't do anything stupid, right? Calculate, plan, be cautious. No matter what your age is, like Rick was saying here, but do be smart. Start looking. Okay. I want to, let's see. I'm gonna take that off. Let me check something here. I'm not into huge LinkedIn Lives. I started doing this for this 12 days. I do want to make a shout out right now before I forget about it. The reason I started doing these, the hashtag campaign, 12 Days of Giving, was started by my great friend, Jacqueline Way. That's where I first saw this, and she gave me the idea. And last year and this year, I've been helping her out with this idea of 365 Give. Check out those hashtags. And check out her profile and her TEDx talk about what you can be doing, small gifts that you can be doing on a daily basis to help other people. And also, do please check out ProfilesThatPOP. It's got great tips on your profile photo from my good friend Ian McCann. We finished up a campaign, about 3 weeks ago now, but we went through about 60 entrants, 60 photos, and picked the top 3, and we are giving away our services to help them get their profile photos better and their profiles better. So do check that out when you get a chance as well. And also check out my free Ono course. I'm just gonna let that sit up here for a moment. You can always pause this video and see that. And all of my courses, there's a shortcut way to get to those as well. I'm looking for feedback on the courses. They're not full-fledged, me going into a ton of instruction and all this kind of stuff, but there's lots of nuggets, things that I keep saying that I wanted to try to put in one place and streamline and then develop. But I'm only going to do that if I know people are coming to it and getting some value out of it. So please do check out my courses on my profile pop-up series, as well as my hashtag O&O series. And also, don't want to forget to say, if you're interested in a resume scan, how is your resume doing? This, by the way, was going to be my day focus, is the inside of an ATS. What does it look like? How does it work? What is an ATS? I am leaning towards doing that one tomorrow. What do you think? Day 9, inside view of an ATS and how you can make your resume better. What do you think of that? Let me know, guys, in the comments. I would appreciate that. Daniel, you're looking to start your own freelance from home, charge money for services. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Daniel, like I was kind of alluding to moments ago, a way to start getting clients, start shaping your profile. LinkedIn profile, organic. I'm all about organic leads. I have yet to this day, in the years that I've had my own company, my own website, I have yet to do a paid ad. I just don't do it. I do organic ads. I add value. I build my profile. I build my website to attract people, to draw them in. I look for ways to be better, to get better. Okay. And I am constantly looking at copywriting, making catchy headlines, but then making sure I back it up with value. So that would be by and far my advice. How do you get clients? Go out there and show your work, give them examples, share the value, add value, help improve something for somebody. Okay. Let me know if that helped, if that's what you were thinking, but I appreciate the question. I appreciate the comment. I'm going to take off that comment. I'm going to make sure that I covered the things that I wanted to cover. If I don't see any other questions, any other topics, I'm already at almost 25 minutes. I am not going to keep on going about this. I am all about pop, guys. Keep it short and sweet. And I already feel like these things go too long, and I don't want to do that. I want you guys to come in here, watch this, have a few minutes, get some value, and move on. But I am curious, with LinkedIn or your resume, what's one thing? Give me the top thing you are struggling with. And if I can see it in the comments, I do my best to go back and find them. Even better, email me at info@ProfilesThatPOP. I had that in here somewhere. Here we go. Get more help. Email me. Where did it go? Come on now. It's not showing. There it is at the bottom. Sorry, it's the ticker. It's the ticker on the bottom. Like, where did it go? Do send me an email to info@ProfilesThatPOP, and I'd be glad to help you as much as I can. But I am interested in the one thing that you are struggling with, okay? Because that's how I want to attract clients. I want to just simply help people. Let me know. I'd be glad to do a free ATS scan of your resume or LinkedIn. I can do both, but you need to get a hold of me. I can't do it for you. And if you want work, if you want a better job, you need to do the work. I've got a post on that topic, in fact. So I got some more comments coming in. I appreciate it. I really see it. Hey, Lori, great to see you. And I really do appreciate that comment. I am doing the best I can to add value. And Rick, I try to give advice as best as I see it, as best as I know it. Challenge me, ask me. I will go give research. I will go give proof. I don't like to just say things because it's going to be a cool, great thing to say. I don't. I am all about backing things up. One of the days here, I was just recently talking about, I think in the comments, watch out for anybody that posts the top 10 ways to do whatever. Number one, look at their headline. Number two, go to their profile, check out their background. Do they have any knowledge, any background in what they are saying the top 10 things are? One of the things that I've seen before, and it got me kind of upset actually, and I had to speak up about it. Top 10 resume sites, or top 10 something about resume writing sites. And it was just, they were pointing to sites that, number one, were basically just crap. They were sites that I keep hearing bad things about. So be careful with a template. Be careful just thinking, I just need that perfect template for a resume, for my LinkedIn, whatever it is. Make it your own, make it pop. Okay. And there's a famous little saying that I came up with. I'm calling it famous. It's just me, maybe. But I'm not finding it here. I thought I had it in the ticker thing ready to go. But I'm going to share it with you right here from memory. Know thyself, number one. Okay. Know your market, whether you're looking for clients or you're looking for recruiters in a new job. Then make it pop. Okay. Got to use my acronym right. And by the way, POP does stand for something. It's your performance, meaning what great things have you done in your career? My optimization, that's the O, leads to your potential, pop. Okay. Anyway, guys, I am going to, and let me just look at this comment real quick. Daniel, appreciate the comment. Stuff you have in your profile are companies you've worked with in education. Showing companies you've worked with in the past can benefit for starting a business, that they can see it. Yeah, of course. But you know what? A lot of people, what I see is in their companies and any of the chunks of in the sections there, like their education, the companies, even the projects, they'll just basically list a title. That's all they really say. And they don't get into the description. You've got a ton of content that you can show underneath each of those positions, for example. And the biggest tip I can give you about your position, whether you're trying to get new clients or you're trying to get people to consider you for a job, when you think of above the line, I'm going to call it, the see more that appears, and keep in mind on an app, you don't even see that. When someone scrolls you, and I've done this on another recent day, but take a look at your profile on the app. Everything is collapsed. To get to your job position, for example, it takes 2-3 taps and swipes. It's a lot. And research shows you've got seconds for people to get there. And if they're having to do that, did they even get that far is my question to you. So when you do get to that point, they've opened up your current experience, let's call it, and they see it. Now, you know what? I'm saying all this. I want to share. I've just got to share real quick. Is that all right? Is it okay that I go into sharing with you guys? I tell me, I want to add value. I don't want to waste your time. And if this is already too much, hey, so be it. But I'm going to stop if it's too much. I want to go in here. I want to zoom in on what I've got on my screen. This is what I'm talking about. If I had an app, the app showing, and if I went into my profile and I scroll down here to experience, I wouldn't even see this part right here. Now look, now I'm cheating a little bit, not really cheating, but you don't even have the see more. Why? I have on purpose kept mine short because right now I'm kind of testing this out, if you will. I'm not convinced that people are clicking on the see more. Now, there we go. Here's a see more example. So are you going to be seeing this right here? Is it enough to make you think about LinkedIn lead generation that I can help you? Is there something you're seeing here that makes you want to click on see more? And really, I don't have much more at this point. I've had in the past, I've chock full, I've made it as full as I could. I've had to take out text because I've had so much in there. But there's varying degrees of advice, right? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on that? You know, a lot of people say, and I tend to agree to a degree, to an extent, if you jam pack your profile with, let me go back. I'm making hand gestures and you guys can't see me doing it. If you jam pack your, I'm sorry, I realized too that you, I had a, nope, I want to leave that one on. There we go. I'm sorry about that. I had clicked on the see more, and this is where I was showing you guys. So I apologize. I didn't realize that that was kind of hidden right there. But do you see the see more right here on the right? If not, it's there. Is this above the line or above the see more? Is that enough to get you to click on it, right? That's the challenge. If someone gets here, again, none of this that I have highlighted shows on the app initially. You have to go and click, or I should say on the app, you tap over to the side, and then you'll see whatever text is there, shorter, like it gets cut off like right about here. And then you'll still have to come over here and do the good old see more right there. So I'm simulating what's on an app. Tell me if you guys would rather see me showing an app view or if you'd rather have me showing a desktop view, because I'm of the mind showing you the app view and how little you get and just how much I'm going to have to scroll and open and tap around literally is going to be a better way for you guys to see just how few seconds you have to pop and make those first impressions. But anyway, back to this. The first thing I would tell you, Daniel, make sure whatever you're showing above the fold, about this much, to make sure you're covered on the app as well, is enough to bring them in. And see, I've got a little bit of use of the emoji here, the symbols, and it stands for something for me. It's part of my brand. And if that drives people away, tough. You know, they're not part of my tribe. Okay, if it's not their vibe, you know, that's fine. That's fine. They to each their own. If these hands are too much, you know what? Fine. But you know what? Maybe you see this. You see that I'm offering a free ATS scan. Maybe that's enough. You didn't see that. You quickly came into my profile. Sorry for this fast scrolling, but see the about again, how little you see in the about. So I don't have a whole lot here. I've got a couple symbols. I've got the email symbol because I want you to realize, email me to get more. And are you now going to click on see more? Then look at this. I got my little brand symbols. I've got a few symbols here and there, you know, keeping it real, but I don't have a lot, right? I don't have a lot. I've at some points I've overdone it. You know, this is a good example of a profile. When you have a good result or you've got a good category listing like I have here, these are the things that I offer. These three things: LinkedIn optimization, resume writing, and career coaching. So I put a check mark there because I want your eyes to go to that section. Does that help? Does that make sense? I need feedback from you guys. I want to know that I'm helping you. So by all means, give me a comment. Will you give me a like, a comment? Let me know because I will adapt. App view. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. You heard. And yeah, Rick, I completely agree that I think that at the end of the day, you nailed it. You totally nailed it. We are relying more and more on visual. Think about it with a smartphone. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh yeah, that caught my eye just quickly. And I'll tell you guys another tip about resumes, especially. Go to a look at a keyboard. Will you do a second right now? If you're on a keyboard, maybe you're not, maybe you're on the app. Are you on the app or a browser, a desktop? Tell me in the comments. But my audience, from what I've seen in my Google Analytics, my audience is more on a desktop. So I tend to go with showing things in a desktop view like you're seeing here to the left. But actually that should be to your right, it looks like. I have to put it to my left. But I think that I can show more and I can get away with more on the desktop because at least people coming to my site, Google Analytics tells me it's from people on a desktop. But I think that you guys, like Lori, I think you're absolutely right. We are more visual. It's the app view right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Daniel, see, you're on a browser. I think the browser gives us a full desktop like I'm doing right now. I have to do that almost, right? Because I've got to keep an eye on the comments. I've got to get these ticker things flying around. I've got to look at my screen. There's a lot going on when you do a LinkedIn Live. So for me not to see it, hey, I appreciate that. Oni, I appreciate that. Looking good. I'm glad to hear it. I appreciate you joining, and I'm doing what I can to help, okay? And you can't see it because the comment was blocking. Yeah, Daniel, I appreciate that. So I didn't realize that right away, and I didn't see the comment right away. See, perfect example, right? Learn, adapt. We got to learn, adapt. That's my little mantra right now. It's an agile way of doing things. And here's another question I just saw from Chaitanya. Hopefully I say name right. Does posting on LinkedIn, posting professional content on LinkedIn, is that useful to attract opportunities? Absolutely. Absolutely. How much you need to do and how much does it really work? I'm kind of having that debate. I'm kind of asking that question again. And if any of my clients are out there watching this, they'll be the first people to tell you, we got them a great profile. I proved to them that they're getting more searches, they're getting more views. And now I'm telling them, you got to be doing posting, you got to be engaging. And I've seen some people say it's up to 60% of the value in getting recruiters to see your profile, to come back to you and check you out. At a minimum, if they had interest in you, let's say they found you in a search, they got to your profile, they open it up and they start looking at your profile, they're most likely going to check out the type of content you're posting. So if you're trashing people, you're being negative, you're complaining about recruiters, I don't have a job, why isn't anybody helping me? Don't do that. That's not going to help you at all. Instead, do what you just said, right? Professional content. It is useful. It's going to help you attract a job. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great comment. And I'm really glad you asked that. And see, this is great. See, people asking comments like that, I would love to see that. And thank you, Jihan. I think that's how you say your full name, right? Jihan. I was just seeing you on a LinkedIn local. So it's good to see you here again. Desktop all the way. See, I love it, right? You never know. But I mean, there's so much more. And I know Jeff Young was on earlier. He would agree that the LinkedIn guru himself, Jeff Young, check him out. Hashtag the LinkedIn guru. He would agree with you. He's on the desktop and I do what I need to do, right? There are certain things that the app is better for, in my opinion. And then it comes to the browser and the desktop. You can just see more, do more, flip around. I've got shortcuts that I can pop up, just not automation. I'm not into bots. I don't do that sort of thing, but I mean like a shortcut with a keyboard. I can start typing in a few keys and it gives me a template of the text that I want to do. I mentioned that the other day. That's my way of trying to keep up with a lot of the comments, because I don't have a virtual assistant. I don't have a bot. It's all me. I got a family of 4 to support, daytime, full-time job, paying clients, and then I'm doing this kind of stuff. Okay. So you got to find ways to make life better. Smartphone technology, you got to look for ways to make things better. Hussein, I've been wondering if you were going to show up. You've been here, I think, almost every day, or if not every day. I appreciate you showing up. But guys, you got to keep it real. Back to what I was just saying. Attention spans are short, right? Here I am glancing around. You've got seconds for first impressions, guys. And, no haters. Yes, exactly. And you've got to keep your focus on your goal. Focus on your goal. What is, what you need to be doing right now, but always be attracting leads and jobs the way you know best, whether that's your goal or not, right? It starts with what's your goal on LinkedIn. My 3 words are, I used to have a little way of doing this. Jobs, leads, joy. Those are really the 3 things that I'm all about. I'm helping people with those. So some people are poets. My great friend Paula Goodman, she's an incredible poet person. I don't know that she's looking for sales, looking for jobs, looking for things like that, but she's got an incredible following. And she's got an incredible way with words. I would classify her into that joy category, right? And Paula, if you see this, let me know. I would love to hear from you. But that's just it, right? We could be on here just because we like to be on social media. By the way, check out on Netflix, The Social Dilemma. I got into that a lot on yesterday. Check that out as well, my day 7. But Daniel, yes, I'd be glad to, if you wouldn't mind sending it to info@ProfilesThatPOP.com. I would appreciate that. And you can see the ticker down below. Just send it to that right there. Let's see. I'm going to check who else is saying things. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Healy, is that how you say your name? Yes, we have to all stay safe and smart in these unprecedented times. Yes, Paula is great. Where is it? There you go. Lori, Paula, right? Paula is awesome. So guys, I do want to try to wrap this up because I don't know. I don't have proof. Tell me this. I'm always curious. I'm going to go into 40 minutes here before this is done. Are you guys sticking through this? I mean, the idea that I think I got from watching lives and seeing lives, and I'm experimenting, but it's that, like Jeff Young said earlier in the broadcast, he likes to see when you've got at least one, maybe a couple people talking, a couple, two guests or so. I've got to learn. Honestly, I don't even know how to invite people into my broadcast area. I haven't done it enough. So, hey, if you want to, join me and get into a discussion, I would love to do it. I may be doing that with somebody else, and so then I'll probably learn more about doing this. But I know there's a way to do it. I've been on people's LinkedIn lives. You get into their broadcast area, and I can go in there, I can see that. But like as of right now, I don't see that there is anybody. I'm going to take a peek right now. But again, my question for you guys right now is how long do you like watching these LinkedIn lives? I'm not here to just talk about myself. I really hope that's not what you're thinking. I am trying. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that, Rick. She's amazing. Paula Goodman, check her out. I am trying to add value. And do I pop on here for 10 minutes? Maybe that would be all that you have the attention span for. That's fine. The other day I did one that was 11 minutes long. One of these 12 days of giving was only 11 minutes long. Did you like that one? Did you like the 11-minute kind? Because then you felt like, hey, I'm going to get in here. He's going to give some value, and then I'm out of here. I only have 11 minutes. Let me know. Or, hey, are you loving this? And you could stick through this to the full 42 or 3 minutes that this is going to end up going? Let me know. But, I'll get better at this. I will get better, and I will learn how to go back into the studio and check who is out there. I've got a way here. I just realized I can copy into the clipboard. You know what? What the heck? I just did this. I'm going to do something right now.